Waiting. Okay, people are judging you on your communication and when they speak to you. How would you like the verdict to be that you are the most charming, charismatic person that they have ever spoken to? In today's video, what's up? We are going to be sharing with you the 8-step softener system to be seen as a charming, charismatic communicator. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. My name is Munir, and in this series, which I like to call Charming Confident Communication, I cover, let me get that off the screen. I cover how you can confidently connect, converse, communicate, or convert, whether it's online or offline, even if you are the shyest of wallflowers. And this is a live video series that I do daily with little to no preparation. And we're just going to have a little bit of fun where I will be sharing with you a whole bunch of really awesome techniques. So, like I said, today we are covering the 8-step softener system that will allow you to be seen as a charming, confident person. This is a body language technique, and this is a technique that was developed by a lady named Leil Lowndes. And here's why it's really important, right? Like when I was growing up, I was this really shy, awkward, and sort of bullied kid. And I'd go out with one of my cousins in particular, and my cousin was like really charming and charismatic, right? We'd go out and he'd go to places and he'd just go and start little conversations with everyone and just go and speak to one person, another person, go and meet some other people. And what I noticed is he actually wouldn't say too much, but literally every single person that he spoke to, they were like, oh my God, you know, this guy, he's so cool. He's so like, you know, they wouldn't exactly use the words charismatic, but that's what we're implying. He was like the celebrity, you know what I mean? You know, like, hey, that guy, he's like walking through like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Huh? And I really used to want that, like deep down inside, especially being like that shy and awkward kid. I used to want that so badly. It always used to like be crazy to me. Like, how was this guy? How did everyone like him? And yet he wasn't even saying all that much. And the key is his body language. And as I progressed further in my years, I discovered that, wow, this was so powerful, this whole body language model. And I started studying it and learning all these different techniques. And I teach so many of these techniques. And I really like this one, this acronym that Leil had created, which kind of puts a number of them together. So this is the softener technique, which is going to get people to really look at you as someone that is super charismatic and charming. By the way, if you're tuning in live, or whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, please comment, say hi in the chat. I'd love to say hello to you. Cool. Let's get cracking now. So the first letter stands for of the softener system is S, which stands for smile. When you smile, you sub-communicate so much, and it will get you further, faster than ever before. Your smile, like a genuine smile. And here's what I mean by a genuine smile, right? People can tell when it's a fake smile. There's a saying that people have that the smile didn't reach his or her eyes, right? Like literally when you are smiling, even with your eyes, that is huge. Sophia, great to see you. Thank you for tuning in as well. Now, so your smile can really sub-communicate so many different things. It can make a person feel at ease. And ultimately, a lot of what we're going to be talking about, all the techniques that we're going to be talking about, literally, why do they make you a charming and confident person? It's because they will help you to make the other person feel special. And when you're smiling, it makes the other person feel special. When you make a person feel special, guess what? They start to like you a whole lot more. And it's a little bit like magic. Magic! All right, cool. I also have other magic ones like, whoa. All right, cool. Anyhow, let's move on. So the S, smile. Smile's so powerful. I can't even begin to tell you. The O stands for open body language. Like when you are closed off, or you're just, turned away, you're giving someone the cold shoulder. These are all phrases that literally refer to someone having an open body language. When you have open palms, open arms, you are more accepting. You're subcommunicating acceptance. You're subcommunicating warmth. So having these things is so powerful with regards to your communication. Hi Rich, thank you for liking the video. What's up? Hope you enjoy this video. All right, cool. So that was the O. So the S, smile. O, open body language. The F is a forward lean, right? When you're leaning forward into a person, like you're leaning in a little bit, you're showing interest, you're subcommunicating interest in the person, which makes them feel special. When they feel special, guess what? They look at you as a charming, charismatic person. If you're just sort of leaning away, looking away, etc., you're showing disinterest. And so a person is not going to feel as connected to you. So the F is for forward lean. Now the T, not as relevant in today, and I wouldn't recommend it. However, I want to share with you this model because there's a lot of scientific research that has been done behind it. I wouldn't recommend it right now with the whole coronavirus thing going on and scares. However, I need to share this with you because it's important for you to know the full model. And the T stands for touch. Now, touch, it has been there's a lot that you need to consider with this, whether you're in a business context or how, there's too much of a touch can be creepy, a tiny bit of a touch, or just like the odd just touch can literally get someone to, it can send different waves, brain activity in someone's body. So there've been a number of studies. For example, one study where in a library, there was a librarian, and when she was interacting with some of the students, she just gave them a light touch when she was holding the book, like it's sort of an accidental brush or etc. And they surveyed all the students that came out of the library, and the people who were not touched by the librarian, they were just indifferent. They were like, yeah, I don't like her, I don't dislike her. There was just a librarian there. But every single person that that was just touched, but it was a light brush. There's nothing behind it. It was just a light, quick touch. Every single one of those guys said, "Oh my God, the librarian was very friendly." And so understanding that there is a little bit of power. Now, you can, if you do it too much, it can be creepy. If you do it with a guy, there's different dynamics, whether you're a guy and a guy, a girl and a girl, a guy and a girl. There's a whole number of different dynamics here, which we're not going to get into, but it's important just to realize that there is something there, and there is a lot of science there behind it. Wouldn't recommend going and touching random people right now because fears are heightened. However, in general, there is a potential to be seen as a more charismatic person when you add touch. All right, just don't do it now. People are gonna be going crazy over you. So Khalid, thank you very much. Great appreciate you tuning in. All right, so that was the S.O.F.T.E.N.E R. Did I get my fingers right? I got them right. Okay. Now, the next one is eye contact. Eye contact is so powerful. I talk about it in a number of my videos. I talk about eye contact, whether you're doing, even when you're doing a group presentation, there's such a thing as eye contact versus looking at your paper. When I talk on camera, I talk about eye contact by looking at the lens versus looking at myself on the screen, which I'm doing right now. There's big power when I look at you. And so eye contact will make you seem like a very charismatic person. So that was the first E of the softener technique. The next letter is N for nod. When you're speaking to someone, and how do you let them know that you understand them, that you're listening to them, that they're being heard? Let me tell you what it isn't, right? I'm totally holding my phone upside down, but anyway, it's a demonstration, okay? Let me do it the right way. Now I feel right now. See, that is not, there's no, you're not letting anyone know they're being heard. You're going to annoy people when you do that, right? But when you just listen to someone, if you have eye contact and you're nodding, you're like, wow. They feel like they're heard. They feel so much more connected to you, okay? So that is the N, the neck of the S.O.F.T.E.N.E.R technique. The next E is for energy. When I'm, like, for example, if I came on and I said, hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about stuff. It's quite cool. It'll really help you be like charismatic and charming. Like, no, I don't want to know. Like, people will be tuning out. Someone will like tune in and they would directly be, hold on, wait, do an effect, hold on. Someone would tune in and they'd just be like, you know what, forget this, I'm out. Not watching that, that was way too boring, right? So having energy can really get you seen as someone that's charismatic and charming. Like when your verbal energy, your body energy, your open body, etc. So that is the next E. And then the final R is relative distance, relative comfort zones. And being aware of a person's comfort zone, right? Like, if I walk to some people, like if I enter their comfort zone, they will immediately start to clam up. They'll immediately start to react because you've entered a space that's theirs that they just feel a little And so starting to recognize that different people have different comfort zones, and actually some people feel more comfortable if you are closer. So understanding what are people's different comfort zones and starting to utilize that in your communication can be very, very powerful. My son has just walked in. This is the beauty of a live video. Come here. Come. Hello. Okay, do you want to say hello to the world? We are live. Say hello.
No.
Hello. Do you wanna give advice on being charming and charismatic?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what is it?
Let's
Be nice. That's a great one. That's a great idea. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing with everybody. Do you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Bye.
Bye. All right, cool. And tell them to subscribe. Just tell them, say subscribe. I know you can't say subscribe. Cub, which means subscribe. In case you don't know, that's, you're getting a whole bunch of value today. So subscribe. All right, cool. I'll be one second. Be back. This is the beauty of a live video. All right, cool. So relative comfort zone is what I was talking about. Understanding comfort zones is very, very powerful because you don't accidentally start to make people feel uncomfortable. You're respectful of how other people feel. Now, just a quick note on comfort zones, right? If you have grown up in a city where, for example, you're always crowded, you have less of a comfort zone. If you've grown up, for example, in like in the countryside where there's big open spaces, you have a bigger sort of comfort zone barrier. Also, it depends on cultures, etc. All these things, but being respectful of those things and understanding them and being able to read them very quickly, that will make you a very, very powerful and charming, confident communicator. So, Rich, thank you. In terms of the touch part, as mentioned with the world, sometimes the awkward of touch in some stuff. So, Rich, so Rich has asked me, in the current world situation and the awkwardness of touch in some circumstances, are there things that can replace this step? And like, even for example, when I communicate, because for example, in different cultures, it's disrespectful in some Muslim women you can't touch, right? Or etc. So, but what I do a lot is, for example, I want to show that I am touched. So I might put my hand on my heart, for example, when I'm communicating. Wow, that's touching to a certain degree. So sub-communicating that is an option. However, you don't need to necessarily always touch. It is one of the tools in your arsenal, one of the tools that you can use. But you also got to recognize when you shouldn't use it. And in today's day and age, we can't use it. So you can utilize all the other things a lot more powerfully. For example, in video, I can't touch, but at some points I might want to just be like, wow, I feel touched. And that's, I know it sounds weird, but you're also sub-communicating feeling touched to a certain degree. But I would also rely more heavily on some of the other techniques, like the eye contact, like the open body language, etc., and being respectful of the distance. So hopefully that was useful. Khalid saying, very useful, thank you. I see where you're coming from when it comes to comfort zones, especially in Middle East countries. Yeah, completely. So with this model, you can, there's so many little different tweaks that you can utilize, and understanding. It's all about understanding the framework initially, and then you start to play around within the framework, right? They all have their limitations. Even eye contact can have its limitations. So, for example, if you stare too long into the eyes of a man, it can be seen as confrontational. But there are limitations, but it's also about understanding that you have to have the right amount. For all of these, you have to have the right amount. Even a forward lean, right? So we talked about the S.O.F.T.E.N.E.R model. S, smile. O, open. F is for forward lean. Forward leaning, but then if you also have to keep in mind the R, which is relative comfort zone. So you can't lean over too much when you're entering into someone's comfort zone. You gotta just sort of lean in a little bit. And if they have a shorter comfort zone, then lean in a bit more, but recognizing that. So this is just a top level framework, and I hope that you guys found it very, very useful. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you. And this, if you have not already, please do. Nope, that's not fake news. That's not fake news. I'm pressing the wrong button. I gotta get the right button pressed. Otherwise, I'm really sub-communicating the wrong thing. So subscribe now onto my channel. I talk about how to confidently connect, converse, communicate, or convert, whether it's online or offline, even if you're the shyest wallflower. So subscribe. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you found this useful. One love. And I will catch you guys on another video very, very soon. Peace out.